everybody, welcome back. I'm Mr. Otley. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks. But today we are going to be watching Hyde, aka Degenerated, or as I am going to be calling them, Hyde, playing in the Tier 10 British tank destroyer, the FV4005. I guess one of two British tank destroyers, I guess, in the tech tree. But, you know, the more fun one to play, because the Badger is just, just a tier for tier worse Tortoise, and it's just not as fun to play as the Tortoise is at tier 9, especially when you get in the tier 7 matchup. But, you know, the Badger can't do stuff that the FV405 can. You know, it's 183mm gun. Can do stuff like that, you know, just one-shotting a Leopard 1. Why not? Right at the start of the game over there, already up to 1,850 damage and 1 kill. You know, why not? You know, it's just FV405 things. And I really can't wait to get this vehicle. It's just such a grind to get up to before. I actually don't even know if I'm even grinding my way up. I don't think I am. It's just like the tanks before are just not really that fun. I mean, they're okay, just nothing special like this tank is at tier 10 afterwards. Now Hyde over here is going to be doing, as his name suggests, hiding in a bush, camping basically the cap circle. But that's basically what you have to do in this tank to do well in, as well, it has no armour and it just has a big gun, and it's quite big for a tank that has no armour. It's ginormous, especially this turret. As you can see, it has a door on the back in this kind of 3D style over here. It's kind of like steampunk style you can get for the tank. Yeah, it's quite a big tank, isn't it? And basically no armour. You could probably just shoot it with a BB gun and it would penetrate. Round 2. Yep, round 2, there we go. 2 for 2. 2 shots, 2 kills for Hyde in the 405. Not a 100% kill shot over there though. So, you know, slightly tragic, you know, for Hyde over here in their FV. You know, how are they going to, you know, fight, secure some good points after that? I guess we'll see with their next shot. But yes, you know, just moving on in the game. 3 kills to 3. Is this going to go in? Yes, it is. Not, you know, not another kill for a shot, but a lot more damage than all the other shots. Now these Hesh rounds that they are do 1,750 on average, so that shell on that Hori 3 and that Leopard 1 were high rolls, so you won't get that every single time around. But even if you're not rolling really high, or, you know, not doing a lot of damage to the front of a Jagdpanzer 100 with this 230mm shell. But of course, Wargaming back a couple years back did their HE rework, which basically just ruined high explosive rounds, especially for these kind of tanks that really have to, you know, do well in it. I would have been scared there, thinking that that object spotted me, but Hyde is still hiding, and kind of maybe knew that the object definitely wouldn't have been able to spot it. Maybe they have a good crew with camo, brothers in arms, and of course they do have this kind of style, which I'm pretty sure works as camo as well, because you can't put camo on top of it. It would just be kind of no point of using the styles if you couldn't, if you were like at a disadvantage without having the camo. Yes, okay, let's see how the second shell towards the Jagdpanzer goes, as we are aiming. Shoot, can we? Nope. Aiming, still aiming for that weak spot, waiting for me, maybe for the Jagdpanzer to turn. There we go, that's a good shot, and hit right in the side of the Jagdpanzer 100 over there. Now this is what this tank does, and I mean, it's worse than it was at its best point. It could go, I'm pretty sure, 60 kilometers an hour forwards, 20 backwards, I think, and it had a really overpowered horsepower per ton ratio. Now they down it back. Its mobility is not really good anymore. Like when it was at its high point, it was like overpowered mobility. Now it's, I'm pretty sure, about 30 something forwards, 12 or something backwards. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be, but I mean, I guess probably good, because even just this gun alone on such a weak chassis with a weak turret is already overpowered, let alone giving it the mobility of many medium tanks. And that was just, you know, a step too far. They dialed it back, which is what they should have done, and still kind of need to do for a lot of tanks. But yes, the FV is in a balanced spot. It shells sometimes, you know. Hyde is getting really lucky over here. They are really skilled as well, putting in some really good shells in, and you know, waiting for that Jagdpanzer 100 to turn. Most players would have just, you know, fired in the front, hoped for the shell to penetrate, but Hyde waiting, being patient with the tank. They definitely have played many games in this. Are they going to do well against that 60 TP? Yes, they are. A little bit of a low roll this time around, but still penetrating the tank fully, doing 1,649 damage to that tier 10 Polish heavy tank. Now, this is what this tank does. Not all the time. Sometimes you can get frustrated trying to get shells out, but it just missing and stuff, or critting an EBR without doing any damage. That is always frustrating in any tank that you play. But I don't think Hyde has been spotted yet so far in this game, so the enemy team are just wondering why there's an FV405 racking up kills left, right and centre without even being spotted. Or as the EBR got too close that time around and spotted Hyde over there. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, they're kind of going out in the middle, like in the middle of an open spot over there. I would have waited behind this rock because I would have been scared to get shot by the 60 TP over there. But I mean, you know, Hyde is here on 4 kills, 10,000 damage done, and 1,550 kind of assistance. Not really doing too well over here though, going out in the open once again, getting hit by artillery, then getting hit by an S2B, and instead of trying to get into cover as quickly as possible, because the S2B has about a 6 to 7 second reload, Hyde decided to just kind of stop and turn their turret towards the S2B over there. Now if they would have turned straight away and start the game at the S2B, they would have had a chance to get a shell out. It sort of been hard though, but now that leaves Hyde's team, I guess, in a 2 versus 4, but that STB has 3 kills, going to kind of showcase how good they are. As the EBR on Hyde's team says, good hit on that Leopard 1 in that first minute, and it was good hit. And I guess yeah, they were the ones spotting the Leopard 1, so that's why they kind of know of that shell being fired in the first place. But yes, now we are going to see what happens when your team kind of get a little bit too confident. You know, thinking you're at first it was a 2v4 with you know, 3 tanks on one team and a SPG versus 1 tank and 2 SPGs on the other team. I guess it was a 4 versus 3, I guess, at one point. Was it not? I think it was. Now, a 3 versus 2, and they should have an advantage as they are 3 tanks versus a tank and an SPG. But we are going to see that that's not always the case, and when your last remaining kind of enemy has majority of their hit points left, that is about 75, just over 75% left, that means they're quite a dangerous target, especially since the last remaining allies over here are all 1 hits for a tank that has very good mobility, fairly good camo for a medium tank at tier 10, and a very, very good and deadly gun. Maybe not the most penetration, I think, but still enough. And if not, you know, they can take a couple hits to get around the back and definitely penetrate you to take you out. Now, Hyde's team over here has found themselves in a tricky situation where there's a Badger and a Minotauro left, both a one hit, even for the artillery probably splashing within a meter or a meter and a half, versus an STB-1 which now has 5 kills, still 75% of their hit points left, and a very, very quick Object 261, which can pretty much be anywhere on this map now. Now, the Minotauro is slow, the Badger is slow. What do they do now? I guess we can speed up the replay over here and see what's going on through their brains over here, as the Minotauro has just kind of stayed in the F1 spot for the last couple minutes. Now, what is going to happen first? Are they going to spot the STB-1? Oh, there's a shell going in from an artillery. It looked like it actually went from the other side of the map, so maybe the Object 261 is all the way over there, thinking that the last remaining allies from Hyde's team are somewhere in that region over there. I'm not really sure, but that's what it looked like. Oh, there's the STB-1 spotted, and as soon as that happens, the Object 261 takes out back in the Badger. Now that leaves the Minotauro wireless in a 1 versus 2 now. Now that's not really good odds, especially since at one point you were about a 5 or 6 versus 3 or so. But now 1 versus 2, outnumbered, outgunned, and out hit pointed, and the STB-1, all he has to do is spot for that Object 261, whose shells will just be getting closer and closer and closer. And even though that STB-1 got shot, he can still take another 1 shot before dying. But he's still playing it safe over there. That STB-1 knows what he has to do. He doesn't have to go up here and take on the Minotauro head to head. He just has to spot, wait for that Object 261 to reload, spots him once again. And that's exactly what happens. Object 261 puts a shot in, takes out the Minotauro, and that means that a game that was fairly surely a win at one point turns into a defeat. So I guess let's see how Hyde did in this game of World of Tanks. So as we can see over here, even for a defeat, an ace tanker and a high caliber medal, definitely showcasing that Hyde did well. It just kind of derped out in the end, going out in the open 2 times, losing all of the hit points within about a minute or so. And that STB-1 actually maybe didn't have the best first part of the game, but as soon as he was left with an artillery against a couple players, came into his own, and I'm pretty sure picked up the majority of the damage and kills towards the end of the game over there. Now, as you can see over here, Hyde picked up 10,059 damage, 4 kills and 708 base experience, of course, because this is a defeat. With premium rounds, even firing Hesh manages to get back 33,000 credits profit, even in a loss. Now, it would have been so much better if this was a win, but it wasn't. Defeat, and, you know, just partly Hyde's fault, partly not. The team just crumbled under the pressure towards the end. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this replay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.